Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to another production of the program. Here we are on TV. Once again, once a day, every day, turn on the machines and live forever. Hi, Heather, you out there? You watching on YouTube? Look, I got glasses. It's episode 3600. Like a year and 2 months will be at 4,000 if society is still around then. What happens here on the program? Turn the machines and live forever. My friends out there in TV land, thank you for joining me in this very difficult and challenging time. It's Monday. We made it all the way back around there, and I'm saying hi to Heather because lots of the times Heather's already watching on YouTube before I turn on the Zoom, which I'm doing right now, so you can do the Zoom if you want to do the Zoom. Also, you can get on there. It's 360, or this is a phone number. You can call the number. This is another thing you can do, 360-364-384. Call and leave a message. Get yourself on TV, or you can go to YDHWM.com and get on the Zoom at 8:45. So, just doing the same, the same thing. Same kind of things. Life is happening. Going through things. I went to work today again. I got wearing a mask and a face shield to try to dodge the virus, but is it going to work every time? Hard to know. Heather, are you there? You're not waiting for me on YouTube? Maybe you're on the Zoom? Maybe Heather was was there on the other day, so getting tired. Potentially, we'll see. We'll see. They might get on here. If they don't, maybe we'll call them and see how it is. Even though, because the other day was Friday. Whoa. No, Thursday. They were on here on Thursday, and today is the Monday. Today's the day. Mackerel was telling me the other day that he wants to hear some more rambling. He's like, you went right to the videos, right when you started off. And, we got a voicemail from Jackson, though. But we're going right to, so maybe, Mackerel, are you watching? I'm going to be doing some rambling here until, and then we can get to the tape stuff later, because Jackson called, because yesterday I went to the program at 5 o'clock, actually. And after 5 o'clock, we did the drawing night here, right here where I'm sitting. I do the same place, and actually I'm just spending a lot of time sitting here. I guess I have a little desk zone. It's more of a desk zone than it used to be. The program used to be more of a studio space, but now the studio is only like 3x3. I'm like, oh, this was working out, but maybe it's working out because there's nobody here. Like the studio was more set up to have guests and bands and things, and now it's just me and you viewers and sometimes people on Zoom and everything else, but mostly just us, so I don't need all that space. So now I'm just like right in the screen, right in the front of the whole thing. I went to work this morning and did that all day, and man, things are weird. The world is weird. Most of the people are wearing masks now, but still some aren't doing it, and people are showing me their nose, and now when I see people's nose I get grossed out, and I also think it's like if they're wearing their nose, I think they're just like gonna touch things, and I'm a germaphobe now, and maybe in general, like I don't want to do things. So now it used to be I'm not even like, it's not even about anything, it's just like, oh, now I don't like to do things. So I'm not seeing anything on the streets because I'm trying to avoid the streets as much as possible, but I did see a guy who looked kind of dirty walking around without a mask on, and I used to work at the studio, do the program from the studio. It is very hot out today, too. Every time it gets too hot, I think I have a fever. But, the studio, where we worked for so many years, and I've been there since February or whatever, was right in the middle of downtown. It was about away from the bus station, which is a pretty mediumly, place for nasty people. I was on the bus a lot. Maybe I was one of them. and then the bus, and then right behind the bus station was a big homeless camp. Um, Next block over was the bar strip. Everybody's puking and humping, drinking, getting drunk, peeing too, probably making bad decisions in general because they're drunk as hell. And those needles and all that stuff. People were always like, "Aren't you? Isn't that gross? Are you grossed out? You think it's gross?" And I would always just say like, "No." I guess I just say no. It's fine. It's fine that it's all these people and all this stuff is there. And what are they doing? What are they gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm trying to like work up my immune system, and I wasn't worried about anything. I was riding the bus all the time. I didn't get sick. I mean, I still have, knock on nothing, because I'm not knocking on things, but I haven't been even had a cold in a long time. Maybe the masks are preventing me from even getting a cold, but even before that, I didn't have a cold for months, many months before February, too, before I started wearing the masks and stuff, so maybe the mask going to stop all diseases instead of just, like, the one. Well, no, I wasn't always washing my hands when I went to like McDonald's. I kind of would maybe think that the bathrooms at McDonald's are get your hands a little dirtier. I guess it's running water, but I would sometimes if my hands I thought were especially dirty. But I mean, I would oftentimes get off the bus and go eat a hamburger, and then not think twice about it. But today, and I wasn't worried about the people, but today I saw, but I haven't even been downtown. I used to live downtown. The studio was downtown too, so. But now I'm not going down there. But now today I saw a downtown person up the street, up in a few blocks where I am now, and I was like, ah! It's a dirty person. So maybe I become an elitist or something, or at least something. This thing has gotten it's getting to me in some ways, but in some ways I'm also maybe getting used to it. Like I wore a mask all day and I didn't even think about it. When I got home, I wasn't even trying to rip it off. And I was like, oh yeah, time to do this thing. And even right now, maybe I should start wearing the masks on the program because I think faces are gross now. And it's like, look at your holes. And your face is kind of, your mouth is it's a dirty hole. You got to cover that stuff up. Even your nose, so maybe I'm going to get the wire's getting messed up. I'm gonna get a program mask though, so I could just do this and where is this thing? Why is it doing this? I thought it's gonna be doing this thing. Oh, where's the circle? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. One way. I thought it'd be supposed to be. Oh, maybe am I blocking this thing like with this keyboard? Where's the keyboard supposed to go? Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. There. Yeah, man, it kind of look like this. See, this is what I'm gonna be doing now. Like, don't look at this. But then what else are you going to be looking at? Anyway, viewers. So I still haven't gotten anything. I'm going to go eat somewhere. But yesterday, Bird tried to give me some codes to Uber food. But I didn't take him up on it. And I ended up just making my own food anyway. So Bird, I don't know, I'm going to take that coupon back. How's that going to work? I can eat while I'm having a fakey digital mask, but you're always watching people just like shove things in their face and do things and smoke cigarettes and put their hands in their mouth and get your hands out of your mouth all the time. So stuff like that. It's all right. Mackerel, are you satisfied? Was that a ramble? Is that a good ramble? I'm going to the phones now. Uh-oh. Wait, is it not plugged in? It's not plugged in. Uh-oh, is the audio plugged in here, though? Yeah? Yep. Okay, good. The other audio is not plugged in. I keep using the computer for other things and not normalizing for this program. All right.
Hey, program. It's Jackson. I meant to call or hop on the Zoom today, but I got carried away. But I wanted to update the program and say that a friend has a kick wheel, and I did some pottery today. I had the wheel set up outside, and we kind of hung out and talked, and I was able to kind of throw some pottery. So feels like a little bit like old days, you know? Yeah, so I wanted to say that. I redid a really fun zine that Freddie, Steve, and I made that turned out really cool on the Rezo. And, it's hot. It's really hot. So, but I'm excited about throwing the ceramics again. It's really cool. It was a kick wheel, so you can't just like plug it in and start going. You have to use your foot to kick, but it wasn't that hard to get the hang of, so I threw like 3 different things, and it was cool. Wanted to do it more. So you can give me a call back tomorrow. Hope you're surviving the heat. Okay, bye.
It's like usually I am really bad with the heat. Whoa. Oh, Carl Sr.'s falling over. When it gets like really hot, I'm usually having a really bad time. But this year, or at least the last couple of days, for some reason I've been able to deal with it. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. I don't know how I've been changed by this whole ordeal. It's the only thing different, so.
Hey, program.
Hey, Jackson, how are ya?
Good. Hold on. Let me get situated a little bit. I like putting on the earphones, so.
Okay.
Just 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 sec.
Gotta get ready. Gotta get phone ready.
All right.
You ready?
How's that?
Sounding good. Sound the same.
Sounds the same. All right. Well, it's more comfortable for me.
I was just saying about the last thing you said in your message was about the heat and then all other stuff. But how you dealing?
Good.
With the heat?
I left that message because we used to talk about ceramics on the program, so it felt relevant again because I got to make some stuff.
Yeah. Are you dodging the heat though?
Well, we were just out for a walk, and then we got back to our house, and it's hotter in the house than outside, so we just opened up all the windows and trying to air it out. But it's actually pretty nice outside right now.
I was just saying that usually the heat like destroys me, but for some reason I haven't been too uncomfortable recently. I think. Yeah,
it sometimes it feels nice to be out there, and get a little bit of that heat. But if you're like running around, that would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think this whole thing has made me like tolerant of uncomfortable things, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. There was just that car that you heard that they had like party lights on the inside of the cab and underneath their car.
Wow, partying
Pretty
up.
cool. Yeah, they were. It was like low rider, so they like had to be careful when they went out of the alley.
Pottery.
It's something I saw on the street.
Yeah, just now. Low rider.
Just now.
What's the point of a low rider anyway? Is this for cool, just being cool? Is there any utilitarian purpose?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think it makes it faster. Like, why? How would that? You know? And then it's just like easier to like get broken,
to bottom
like,
out
closer to the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's easier to like damage on a curb.
Yeah, it does not seem logical. So pottery. Somebody brought over. Oh, they brought over pottery. Hello? Uh-oh. Did I hang up on him? I think I hung up on him. Calling him back. Oh. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, we got
I don't know how
disconnected.
that happened.
Pottery.
What happened?
Oh, I think I bumped the keyboard, but yeah, we got now. It's fine. What about you? You got pottery?
Yeah, a friend got a kick wheel, and I was able to use.
Oh, jeez. I hung up on him again. And I'm blacked out. Yeah, hey, I'm messing around with the keyboard. I gotta get another step on my desk. I've been typing. So now that I had a keyboard like right in front of me, I've been messing with it. But I messed with it too much. So they brought over the whole wheel. It's not like a piece of furniture.
They have it in their backyard, so I've just been using it there.
You're going to their yard.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you make?
Just some cups.
More cups, huh?
Yeah.
And that's all you made before too?
Yeah, that's all I make.
Just exclusively cups, huh? How about?
I guess I made that one toilet sculpture.
How about a
I think it would be
bowl?
fun to make another one. Yeah, I mean, I have some bowls. They're kind of like borderline bowls. Like they're like small enough to be a cup, but maybe too wide to be a cup. I don't know.
Bowls and cups, they're pretty close together. Like,
yeah,
it's like what makes a cup? Like maybe just like the steepness of the angle, where it ends, like makes it a cup. Like if it's got steep ends, and it's a cup, and if it's got like tapered ends or whatever, it's a bowl.
I feel like bowls are like bigger mouth, you know?
Yeah, but you could have a
They're
really
like-
small bowl.
Yeah.
I think
That's
that
true.
the only difference between a cup and a bowl is the angle at which it stops at the bottom. Because you could have like a tiny cup, like a 1-inch cup, you know, 1-inch bowl.
Uh-huh.
But it has to be. It's like if it's like basically a 90-degree angle, even though it's a cylinder, then it's a cup. But if it's
Yeah, I guess that's. But some cups like taper in. Like there's a set of cups that I have from a friend that he gave to me for my birthday, and they kind of like it's like a thinner mouth, and then it goes out a little bit tapered, like at the bottom.
like a teacup is kind of almost a bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
I've eaten soup out of a teacup though. You can eat soup out of a teacup.
I believe it.
Yeah.
probably not the best soup experience.
Yeah, I think it's almost the same as a bowl. Like if you had a teacup, like a larger teacup, or if a small amount of soup.
But
And then you
it
can.
gets like colder faster.
Really? You think so? Why? Than a bowl?
I think the heat gets like a bowl versus a teacup, like an actual size bowl.
Yeah. So it's the size that makes it get colder
Yeah,
faster.
but I guess like with the teacup, you could just like drink it before it gets cold, and
Yeah, it's less, and you get the broth, and then you can drink the broth.
I always like when I have coffee in an open cup, I'm always like, oh, I gotta drink it before it gets cold. Like it's like a weird thing that's always on my mind. Like I have an open beer right now, and I'm like, oh, I better drink it before it gets warm. You know, like
yeah.
I don't want it to get warm. I want to make sure I enjoy it before it gets to that point.
That's something. I don't mind the coffee being lukewarm.
Well, yeah, I actually really don't like it when it's like lukewarm. I can stand, but like when it's cold, I don't want it.
You do iced coffee?
Well, yeah, that's different though.
All right. Are you gonna fire your cups somehow?
Yeah, we're gonna go down to Crescent's dad's house, and he's a big potter, ceramicist. So we're gonna fire some stuff there,
Yeah.
which will be cool.
Traveling. You're gonna travel? I don't want to travel. I'm concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this seems, relatively safe. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm worried about the bathroom. Like, where are you gonna use the bathroom on your travel?
Yeah, that doesn't feel the most comfortable, but I think it will be okay.
Yeah.
A lot of times we just like go to nature and pee.
Yeah. Safer now than the toilets.
Yeah, but I think it's like not the riskiest thing you can do to like use public restrooms.
Yeah, I guess you're in and out, but I heard that the virus is in the poop.
Yeah, but that has to be like a number of circumstances and dominoes that happens to get to you, I feel like.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like probably the amount of risk as like getting it from the mail or something.
Really? I think it's more than. I'm not worried about the mail anymore. I was worried about the mail for a while, but I'm not really worried about the mail anymore.
I mean, like, so it like kind of has to be like you're more exposed if like it happened like someone's going poop and then you're like waiting for them to get out of there.
Yeah.
They flush and then it like flushing the toilet basically gets like basically a vapor cloud.
Yeah.
But like, okay, that person in front of you had to have had the virus.
Yeah.
Or is like currently infected, and then you like walk in there and like inhale enough of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think they recommend like wait 30 seconds.
All right.
But like, hopefully we won't have to poop on the road. That's like always a bad thing. You never want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to do that anyway. So.
Yeah, so you try and avoid that. And like we've been camping a couple of times this summer, and like it's not too crazy to hold your poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then eventually you have to go.
Eventually you do. Let's see. You said it feels like the good old days, huh? A little bit. Pottery.
Yeah, a little bit. Still weird. I mean, I was like wearing a mask, like making them because they have kids, and like I don't know, just trying to be good about it.
Mhm.
But it was all outdoors. I mean, we didn't go inside or anything.
Yeah. And you did the Rezo, something on the Rezo.
Mm-hmm. I printed. Basically, I finished the reprint of Freddie, mine, and Steve's comic, but I colored the cover like with the computer, and so I had this Photoshop file that was like the Rezo ink colors that like pretty much equivalent of like the color of the Rezo ink colors, and so I like kind of like colored it digitally, and it reproduced really nicely. So it was like very satisfying to like print it and see that it was like kind of like, it wasn't like 100%, but it's like pretty true to like mocking it up in Photoshop.
Okay, yeah. And what are you gonna do with it?
Well, I still have to assemble a bunch of zines, but eventually sell them, I guess.
All right.
But it was a comic that we had sold before, but it was like really badly printed. So it's like really exciting to see it. And it has like, it uses the fluorescent pink, which is a fun Rezo color, and it's just like very bright and vibrant. So it's like a really fun palette.
Are you better at printing now, or is that why it's better?
I mean, yeah, that it's I think the machine I have, the new machine, I can print from the computer, so it's like better that way too. There's like a more variety in the values, and like I think the machine's just better.
You like hook your laptop or whatever to the Rezo?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's neat, and it prints bigger, so I basically can print. So like it's like a sheet of 8.5 by 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's one spread. I can print 2 spreads in one go.
Mm.
So it's like I really printed only like 4 different sheets to print the whole zine.
Cause you got
it's like front and back, but then I just have to cut them now.
You got an entirely new machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other one was on the old machine.
I need to get rid of it because it's just taking up space.
Yeah, who's gonna buy an old risograph?
I don't know. I mean, like,
I guess you bought it.
It's like a really fun artistic tool, and like I think it'd be perfect for like the Olympia lamplighter's. Like people pay to like, it's like a workspace, but if they had a Rezo to use, like that would draw in people. To like print stuff on the Rezo. But
is that place gonna make it? I don't know if that place is gonna make it because they're probably not even open right now.
I think they are open, but I was wondering that when they opened up like last year, when they're like, I remember going in there with Rose, and like it's like kind of just like a place to like work on stuff. So like you rent out like a table or something. It's like a weird business model to me, but
it's just like a studio space
still here
that you have to pay for daily or hourly or something.
Yeah, it's like a daily thing.
You pay them for a day, and then you get the space
for a day.
But you could just go to the diner or something.
Yeah, I know.
But you're not supposed to draw at the diner, I guess. Supposedly. Or traditionally.
I like to draw at the coffee shop, but like I can only do that for so long.
Yeah, it seems like
now I won't do it.
Well, yeah. Now you can't do anything. But it seems like before you could draw at the coffee shop for many hours at least.
Yeah, I mean, like by myself, I'll probably get maxed out at like an hour and a half. But like, I could see like if you're doing it like renting the space at Lamplighters and you're doing it for the day, or like I think they have monthly passes too. But like you could like go and like walk downtown, like go browse the record shop for a break, and then like walk back in and be like, oh, I gotta finish this thing, or I don't know. I could see like that benefit. where I was like going back into the coffee shop and just like hanging out there. They're like, you were here like 3 hours ago, but like, are you gonna get another drink or what are you doing? Like, it feels more awkward, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You're just paying for social niceties.
Yeah, you just like keep your cup and you're like, I'm still working on this. I was just taking a break, you know? Like,
Yeah. You just buy a
you ask
second
them
cup
to
of
hold
coffee.
it for
Yeah.
you. Hey, can you watch this while I go browse records?
I know how much.
I'll be back.
Yeah, how much is a table at the Lamplighters though? Like for compared to like 2 or 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it depends on where you go for coffee,
Yeah.
too.
Wow. Lamplighters. I guess they're open. Everybody. It's weird that everything is open because I'm still just like avoiding. I'm avoiding things like the plague. You know.
Yeah.
That's a funny idiom now.
Yeah, avoid it like the plague.
Because it's true. I'm literally avoiding it like the plague.
There, like people still like went and got drinks when the plague was around though. Like it just depended on who you were.
Oh, when the bubonic plague was around, they're still doing that.
Yeah, I mean it depended on who you were.
Well, I don't think they didn't really know about infectious diseases back then. They're just like, I'm sick. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They thought it was just like a god, maybe God or something.
Yeah. I mean they did get those like weird masks and they put like stuff on the nose.
Yeah.
And I think it helped. But it was a weird.
That was just on accident.
They thought like the air was like poisoned or like somehow there was like bad air.
Yeah.
So that's why they wore the weird masks.
They didn't know about the diseases, but there was like the Spanish flu I'm hearing a lot about right now, and how that was pretty similar to this, and they didn't really do too well during that either.
No. You know, like the science was still pretty mediocre back then, and I'm pretty sure like some of the treatments they did was like bloodletting, which is just like so weird.
Mm-hmm.
They did realize that masks were helpful. Like there were signs of like, hey, you can't get on the trolley or the bus without. I think it was more trolleys back in that day, but you couldn't get on the trolley without a mask, which was, you know, smart.
Yeah, they knew about masks back then. Most of the people, they were wearing their masks even outside now these days. So, and I saw my first just straight on tweaker like 2 or 3 days ago wearing a mask and tweaking real hard, just walking down the street. So it's gotten out there. Like I saw this guy
that's good.
He was doing like the pretty stereotypical tweaker dance. You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
And he had a mask on.
Good on him. Good on him.
Yeah.
Good on you, tweaker.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's good. That's a weird sign, but it was nice to see. All right, well, you got anything else you want to say, Jackson? I'm going to make some more calls. We're on the Zoom if you want to get on there.
Okay, yeah, I might hop on the Zoom.
All right, I'm going to start calling other people. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
I guess we'll call Heather. Heather and James. It's Monday, right? Yeah. Uh-oh, where's Heather? Not in this system? I gotta look at this one. Heather, are you in this? Oh, Heather's in this one, but not the other one? Is that what it's going on? No, I gotta put Heather into the... Some of the... Oh. I don't know. I thought this would be, I thought Heather would come up on here. Oh no, her name is Danson, that's why. Danson. Drew Dance. What? I thought her name was Danson. There's lots of Dans. Well, I guess we'll call James then, because Heather is... maybe not on here. No, that's not even the right number either. System's getting weird. Oh, here. Okay, I found Heather anyway. James.
2 5 3 3 2 0 is not available.
James, it's the program. It's Monday. Yeah, where are ya? You skipping it because you were here on Thursday? Where's Heather? You're both, neither of you are there. All right, bye. Oh, wait, how do I hang up? James, how do I hang up? I don't know how to hang up, James. It's leaving you a real, oh, here it is, okay. All right, how about, oh, Jackson's on Zoom. Let's call Heather. Hi, Jackson.
Well, I got this setting I'm trying to get off.
A what?
Splinter.
Oh, no.
You don't really see it. Well, you could kind of see where it was.
Uh-oh. I don't want to be in safe driving mode, Zoom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do I get out of safe driving mode?
Please leave your message for Heather Carpenter.
God.
Heather Carpenter, it's the program. It's Monday. I know you were here on Thursday. I'm just seeing what you're doing. And you can call us back. You know, gotta call us back, don't you? What are you doing? All right, bye. Can we see? Can you see the splinter is visible?
Yeah, I was trying to see if you could see it, but like you can't really tell. But
Yeah, I think I see it. Is it blurry? It's like right.
yeah, it's like because I've been trying to pick it out. Like it's like a little bit
There, yeah,
darker.
yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. I do see it. What is that? Wood?
I don't know. I don't know where I got it.
Oh no.
Oh, it's not coming out either. So
My grandma.
I might just have to leave it.
My other grandma told me that the splinter could go to your heart. I don't know why she told me that. She's just trying to freak me out.
Yeah, this one is not even anywhere close to my heart. I don't think it will make it.
Go through your blood though.
It's closer to the surface than to my blood, I think.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call my other grandma. Not the one that told me. The one that told me about the thing is dead. Told me about the splinters going into your heart. Yeah, Monday. It's Monday with Heather and James usually, but they're
Hi.
Hi, Grandma.
Yeah.
How are ya?
Little here.
Oh.
Hello.
You're there on Monday?
Yeah, it's my vacation.
You're on a vacation?
Yeah,
For how long?
till tomorrow.
What's a 1-day vacation?
No, I didn't have work for the last few days.
Wow, not even at the market?
Yep, took it off.
What's-
Grandma, you gotta drink water.
Yeah.
Here. He looks confused.
Yeah, Grandma's got to drink water all the time. You got to get her drink. What did you do on your vacation? Just stay home?
Stay home.
Wow, that's a good vacation. That's the only kind of vacation there is now. Have you left the house at all?
Nope.
Wow, that's good.
Yep.
You didn't get to do it. You didn't get to do it ever. I did that for a while.
Hero.
Yeah, now you're a hero. I didn't leave the house for like a month one time. That was weird. What do you eat? You got enough food at the house? You just making food all the time?
Yeah, I'll make steak.
Yeah, the steaks all the time. Is Grandma happy that you're home? Does she know? Does she even notice?
I think so.
Yeah. Wow. Staycation, huh?
Steak-cation.
Steak-cation, yeah. Staycation, steak-cation. Both, a little bit of both. Well, how's Grandma doing? She's awake at this hour? She wasn't awake at this hour before.
What?
How are you, Grandma? You're awake. You're awake today. You weren't awake before at this time. Oh. I'm getting a call on the other line. Andrew. I'm getting a call.
bye.
Bye. Hello? Hello?
Hey,
Hey, Heather.
it's Monday.
Yeah, it's Monday. How are you? What are you doing?
I was just getting into bed, and I was like, "Oh shit! I don't know how I missed your phone call."
Oh, yeah. Well, that's okay. It's you had an extra day last week anyway, so maybe.
Yeah, I guess it threw me off.
Yeah, it was confusing. I was like, kept thinking like, "Oh, is it Monday?"
Man, I was sitting there too. I was just sitting at the computer, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I guess I should just go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had things to do. James didn't answer either, so I don't think neither of you remembered. I could have.
No.
Yeah.
Dang.
You're gonna go to. I guess it's nighttime. The sun just went down though. Just like 10. I mean, probably when you went to start going to sleep, the sun wasn't even down.
No, it wasn't. It was like, it felt weird going to bed. I wasn't sure what I should be doing. I was supposed to be on the program.
Yeah, you're like, I think I should be doing something to have you. How can you go to sleep with the sun out? That seems so crazy to me.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, go to sleep. I mean, you know, I would just like watch TV. I pretty much watch TV until I'm so tired that I pass out anyway.
It's just so hot.
Yeah, is it hot in your house?
It's very hot in the house.
Yeah,
it feels like it takes so much effort to do anything.
Makes you sleepy, huh? Makes me sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heat makes me so sleepy. It's not good, but yeah, at least it hasn't been too hot yet. It could have been hot this whole time.
That's true. It hasn't been that bad until I feel like this is the first really bad night.
Are you?
Check it out.
Oh, 63, huh? Why?
No. It's the next one.
Oh, 84.
Is it? Yeah,
Wow.
that's how hot it is in my house.
That's hot as hell. I don't know why I'm not. Usually, I'm like, when it gets hot, I was talking about this earlier, I'm usually like one of the worst ones. I'm just like dying from the heat, but I haven't been. I felt fine today. It's kind of weird. I don't know why.
No, it's 84 in my house, too.
Oh, it's probably 84 here, too. I'm in the basement. Yeah, it's hot. So I think it was almost 100 degrees outside today at one point.
My car said
Yeah, it was
at one point.
95 or something?
Yeah, cars get hot, though. They soak up the heat, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, what are you gonna you want to stay on the phone or are you sleeping? Are you trying to sleep?
I can stay on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Now I realize I got something to do.
Yeah, this is something. Man, I could never sleep. I've been going to sleep like way late at night. But Wait, if you go to sleep now, it's like, but also like I gotta like kill tomorrow a little bit, you know? Like,
But I feel like I got stuff to do. I can get up early before anybody gets to the funeral home, do things that I didn't do today. It's supposed to be my day off, but if I get there before anybody gets there, it'll still feel like a day off.
yeah, well, are you on like salary or something? You got stuff to do there?
I am. We still get paid overtime.
Mm.
I should have stayed later today at work, but I didn't want to be there anymore. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just do it in the morning.
Oh, I don't want to spend too much time at a funeral home either. Yeah. Well, I always thought the place I work is somewhere. It's like somewhere people want to go,
Yeah.
but nobody wants to go there. But
Not exactly anywhere people are looking forward to go except for me.
I guess it's like, like the world is much sadder than it used to be because of like there's more death, but it's probably about the same amount to you. You're like, yeah, like you are used to it, all the death. Jackson's on Zoom. Did you know that, Heather?
Well, it just feels like people been dying a lot anyways. Not from COVID, but they're just dying a lot around here.
Yeah. Wow. You know, Jackson, can you hear me? Or Jackson messing with his headphones. Don't tell him that you work at the funeral home. Yeah, where's James? I tried to call him. He didn't answer either.
No, I haven't talked to him today. We hung out yesterday. We were at the beach all day.
Yeah?
Well, James wasn't. Patrick and I were. And then James came later.
How'd you get there?
I went and picked him up from work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I was like, just come out here. And he said, it's going to take like 3 hours on the bus. And I was like, that's nuts. I'm coming over.
No, yeah, don't ride the bus. James is riding the bus? Oh, my God. Nobody's worried.
Some people are riding the bus.
Like, especially on, like, you only got, I don't know. Nobody should be riding the bus. I'm like, I can't believe people are doing things. I'm just, like, not doing the things, but I'm the crazy one, I guess, or something.
Well, it's not crazy that you're not doing things, but you're, like, not doing anything at all.
Yep. I'm not
Like,
doing
I think that since you're not doing anything at all, it's okay to go, like, see your grandma.
Well, I'm still going to work, though.
Oh, you are still going to work?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you weren't going to work right now, even though I knew that you had started going back at one point.
No, I'm still going. I don't want to, but, gotta do what we gotta do, I guess. Did you know that Heather works at a funeral home, Jackson?
Yeah, I knew that. I did know that.
Death.
Death.
Yeah.
But you haven't really been exposed to anything?
There was, like, some things that came up in the beginning, and there were people that came into the funeral home that probably shouldn't have been there, but we've all been okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I would be really worried about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I heard you talking about that earlier on one of the programs, and you said that, at that point, when people are dead, they don't really shed the virus.
Yeah, it probably goes. It's, one thing about this virus is that it's not hardy. It's not a hardy virus. Like, so it
really, it requires, like, being close to someone.
Yeah. But I think if somebody dies from the virus, they're probably dying at a hospital. Like, once you get the virus, like, hopefully, I guess. And then
most people. Some people there's been some people that die at home.
Oh, yeah, but then they know, and then they definitely, like, do precautions.
Yeah. Well, there was somebody that I guess they did die from it at home, and the family was already, like, just quarantining on their own. But then someone came in to make arrangements anyways.
Oh, no.
But everything was fine.
Yeah.
We were just like, why?
Yeah. Scary. You don't never know. Yeah. You go to the people's houses to pick up the dead people?
What was that?
You go to their houses? I remember I was talking about one of my grandmothers who had died like not too long ago because she told me that there was a splinter that can go into your heart. And I was at my mom's house when she died, and she was there. And when she died at my mom's house, and I was there, and then the people came and picked her up, you know, her body or whatever. And I was kind of thinking like, what are those people doing, you know? Like,
yeah.
is that you? Do you do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I've had to like go to the hospital and then like make you gown up and put all kinds of.
You've been going to the hospital recently for the thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been to hospitals, nursing homes. I've been all over the place.
Yeah. Nursing homes is a bad spot. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, you were at the beach all yesterday. How'd you deal? Did you get drink water? You didn't get sunstroke or anything?
I had 100 SPF sunscreen, and I had my umbrella, and I stayed in the shade mostly.
How about James? Because James had a really nasty sunburn already.
Oh man, he's still burnt. He's been trying to figure out what to put on him to like make it feel better.
That was on
and
Thursday.
It's, like, everything. He's so burned. It's so bad.
Oh, he was really burned on Thursday. You went to the beach again?
Well, like all the burn spots were pretty much covered up.
God.
And he was staying pretty covered too.
Yeah, he wore long sleeves and pants?
He had shorts on, but it was covering what was burned. Because everything that was burned was like where clothes would usually be.
Oh, because he went naked? He went to the nude beach?
Yeah. Yeah, when he went to the nude beach, that's when he got burned.
He said that specifically that his genitals were okay.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And his nipples.
He's like, Jenny's my nips are fine. It was... But I guess it was... So his arms and legs were okay? They didn't get too burned? Yeah.
Yeah, he was fine. We stayed mostly in the shade, like I said, because he just said he felt like he was starting to burn, and then he would just move.
Yeah, Jesus. James is not a very healthy person. Yeah. Oh man. That's... How are you? Did you the sunblock did the trick?
Yeah. Heck yeah, as long as you have that 100 proof sunscreen.
100 proof, like a booze. They
yeah, like booze.
They've been saying that, well, yeah, people keep saying crazy stuff about sunscreen now, but I don't know what it does. Which beach did you go to?
Salters. This point in Steilacoom.
In Steilacoom? Is this on the Sound?
Yeah, you ever been there? Salters Point?
No, I don't think I've ever been to Steilacoom at all.
Oh, well, weird.
Well, Steilacoom's like between the Olympia and the base, right? Or Lacey and the base, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been to Steilacoom. Like, it doesn't even seem like it's a real place. It's like between Lacey and the base seems like there's just like nothing. How do you even get there? You get off you take the freeway there?
Yeah. There's a ferry.
Oh, I think James is calling. Heather. Oh, what the heck? Or maybe that's just Heather again. Hello? Heather?
My bad.
Oh, okay. I thought I was talking to you this whole time, and I was just like rambling on, and I thought of James, and then when we got on the call, I was like, oh, is that James?
You're talking about Steilacoom not seeming like the real place.
Yeah, you looking at YouTube now?
No.
Oh, you heard that much? But it's like Steilacoom is like how do you even get there?
Freeway.
We usually go through Lakewood coming from Tacoma.
Yeah. It's
Or you can go through DuPont. DuPont is the place that seems like a fake place.
Yeah, I've never been to DuPont either, even though I've been to Lakewood like a million times. Like, I used to go to Lakewood all the time, and I never went to DuPont or Steilacoom. But, like, what's the point of going there? I guess there's nothing really there.
Well, the beach is there. It's cute over there.
I like Lakewood. Maybe I should still go to Lakewood. I used to go to the Korean store like once a month. But I haven't, you know,
Korean store.
I haven't been to any store at all. Paldo World.
Oh yeah, Paulo's World.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, they got good bulgogi there.
Bulgogi. I used to go to Paldo World, and we went to like the Chinese restaurant out there. I forgot what it's called. What's it called? I don't know. But the Chinese restaurant was right by Shin Shin, like across the street from Shin Shin. There's this good Chinese restaurant we used to go to. But that was when I was doing things. But yeah, I never been to Steilacoom or DuPont.
DuPont.
You ever been to Jackson? You've been to Steilacoom or DuPont?
Yeah, there's a ferry at Steilacoom. It goes to Anderson Island, and I've been to Anderson Island. I've been to Steilacoom.
What's Anderson
I don't
Island?
know. It's
Anderson Island is the island out from Steilacoom.
What?
Do you remember?
There's
Do you remember a couple summers ago that like someone stole a plane from SeaTac and they crashed into an island called Ketron?
Yeah.
It's like really close to there. It's Anderson Island.
What?
It's a small ferry.
There's a ferry like with it. That's like only like 15 minutes away, right?
Yeah,
I didn't
maybe a little bit longer.
Oh man, I've never been to that. That sounds like fun. I've never been there, and now I'm not gonna ever do anything again. But
No,
Yeah, don't go there now.
that's too bad. I mean, there's so many things I could have been doing this whole time. Like getting on a plane to still, or I mean, a ferry, a little ferry.
One time, when James and I were in high school, we took a ferry over to Anderson Island, but then there was nothing to do because we were just walking. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not. They don't put cars on the ferry.
They do,
You,
but
but
you kind of need a car over there.
What's on Anderson Island?
Houses,
There's like-
and I think like maybe a lake or two.
Yeah, there's like one store, and then there's some hikes and stuff, but
Like rich people live there, or?
I don't know. Probably.
And the only way to get there is up from a ferry from Steilacoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying the other day how that would really suck to miss the ferry to go home.
Yeah. That's weird that there's a ferry. 'Cause you just like people like take the car and then they like drive the car to the ferry and then they put the car and then they drive out of Steilacoom and go to Seattle wherever they want to go.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Well, there's probably another ferry that goes. I don't know. Is there another ferry that goes over by Seattle from Steilacoom?
No, I don't think so.
Vashon?
It's too far south.
Man.
Mm.
I wonder if I would if they were like if somehow, I mean, not like this could have, like they could have told me that there was going to be a lockdown or that I was going to stop doing things, what I would have done. I'm like, oh, I got to start doing things. Could have lived harder.
Like one of those things you do like when you know it's the last day of your life. What are you going to do for the last day of your life?
Bucket list.
People always said, like, what are you going to do on the last day of your life? And I said I would probably cry and sleep. So,
So there's that.
yeah. I'm going to record a message in the future. I forgot about it. I got to set it. I didn't do it today. I'm going to queue it up. Yeah, where's James? Everybody forgot. You forgot it was Monday? I almost am going to, like, I have, like, messaged you two in the past to remind you that it's Monday, but I kind of figured, like, well, I didn't call you, like, till towards the end because I kind of figured that you maybe were like, oh, I did my thing on Thursday, but hopefully it's not like a
that worked for Monday.
yeah. I don't want it to be, if it ever starts feeling like a
chore.
A chore, yeah, then, it's not, but I especially in these times, at least for me, I'm like, I would be down to do anything, I guess. I mean, at the home, on there, I'm not down to do anything at all, actually, but I would be down to, like, have a scheduled thing because of everything else. I'm not doing things, but you're doing things. I can only do my part. Everybody's doing stuff, but I'm not doing stuff, and that's all I can do is not do stuff myself, and everybody else does things, so. But my brother is doing, I mean, what would he do either? But I think he would just stay at home anyway. But, I would be like going to Tacoma and Lakewood and stuff and go visit him. Yeah, take my grandma to that Chinese restaurant right here. Goes, hey, future, it's us in the past.
Hello, future.
Hey, future.
It's Monday, but Heather and James, I think, forgot, and I called Heather late on. Heather's on the phone.
Yeah.
We talked to Jackson on the phone for a long time. He's doing pottery.
Yeah.
I'm still contemplating the lockdown. All right, bye, future. It's episode 3600. Episode 3600 today.
Wow.
I've been doing this thing for 3,600 days in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. We're coming up. I mean, it's October. It's
10 year.
Gonna be 10 years. Yeah. End of the show. Well, the 10-year Hiyakuba is gonna be on September 19th. We're gonna be doing this for 10 years. I don't know how I feel. I almost feel like when I started this 10 years ago, I was like, we're like, what are we gonna do what are you gonna do for the 10 years? Everybody, like, all these years, people are always asking me, like, what are you gonna do for 10 years? You know? And I always said that I don't want to plan it too far ahead of time. Hey, it's you. You do yourself. Pretty good. I always said I didn't want to plan it too far ahead of time, and that's good, because if I had a big plan, I would have had to cancel it. But actually, I think
Canceled.
if this didn't happen, I probably would have started planning it in like February or like maybe March or something, because I wanted to have like a big event. But now I'm not doing that. It was gonna be a funeral-themed event, and Heather was gonna direct it. Yeah. All right. Well, it's in the show. Here's the credits. We made it. Thanks for watching. It's Monday. We're on TCTV, channel 22 at 11:30 and 2 a.m. Check that out. Yeah, YDHWM.com. 360-836-4384. Call and leave a message. Get on TV. Yeah. 197 Avenue, number 3. Check it out. And gladly stand up. Fun Singers, a good song. Thank you. TCTV, La Baby. Dirty Fabulous. Graham. Sunspy by Condra Lipsker. Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you. Viewers, you're watching. Thank you. Hey, hell yeah, dog.
Oh, yeah, dog.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.